Cafe Wish podcast. This is your host, Cabin Black, and by way of the doctrine of discovery. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I've to be honest, I was able to understand everything, especially on how the Philippine was colonized with through Roman, Catholicism. So it was a close partnership between the Spanish crown and the Catholic Church, backed by the doctrine of discovery. And just what I've mentioned, and yeah, like on 1500s, Magellan arrived, planted a cross, held the first mass in Liwasawa Island, and baptized Raha Humabon and Queen Juana in Cebu. But, and religion as a tool of control, um, they forced us, the Filipino, was being struggle and, you know, and with they learned local language as well, all of the colonized here, which is Magellan, through prayers and build churches, and often act as a governors, and as a tax collectors as well. And for and for cold ancestor worship, spirit and traditional rituals, replace them with the saint and fiestas and Catholic holidays. Just what is happening up until this day. We've celebrate every year's fiesta and also as saints, celebrations of what they colonize us. And also for the land and power, the church acquired huge estates, like controlled schools, hospitals, and influenced law. So, you know, um, when it comes to this understanding, Roman Catholicism was not just a faith brought here. It was the main system used to rule and control land and change people's lives for over like 300 years, all made legal by the doctrine of discovery.
You've done your research. Wow, I am impressed. Uh, so that means, right? Let's talk about meaning. Let's take a moment because this interview has revealed a lot. And for our viewers, I want to kind of give a moment to breathe. Okay. And let's kind of talk about meaning. What does this mean? Right? What does this mean? Okay. So, religion, not any religion, but this religion, Roman Catholicism, was used as a way to conquer, to enslave, to change the psyche of a person, to change the nature of a person, right? Used to change the whole fabric in systems of a society. It's not just a simple, oh, it's just a religion. No. It is the heartbeat. It is the organs. It is the skin. It is the brain of societies. Religions hold fast to the fabrics of life itself, of a culture, a nation, or a society. So that means everything about the Filipino who is Roman Catholic can be brought back to that moment where the Spaniards came. How the Filipino who is Roman Catholic today, their nature and their nurture can all be traced back to that moment where they were conquered, their ancestors were conquered, the indigenous people at that time were conquered, destroyed, and violently enslaved, and then violently forced to convert to Roman Catholicism. What are your thoughts about that? What does that mean to you, or what does all of this mean for you? That's what it means for me. What does it mean for you?
Well, right now as a human being and also, you know, as a normal person, so understanding all of the history, we were used, to be honest. And up to this day, even though we have already this information, it's hard for them, to change the fact that was been brought up to us. And for faith was used as a tool of power. I think that's the thing that I could say. Like Roman Catholicism wasn't shared freely; it was imposed. It become the system that organized towns, collected taxes, and controlled daily life. So what looks like salvation, it was also like way to govern people without needing huge armies. And also, I have here like my idea for stolen land and identity. I could say that backed by the doctrine of discovery, like the church and the crown claims everything belonged to them. Indigenous people lost their, you know, ancestral lands, their traditional belief, and their self rule, all made seems right and holy, And for the cross and words, I could say that, friars came with soldiers. Religion softened the people while force kept them in line, and the church run local governments own huge states and held more real power than many officials. And I think I could lastly say for the culture, permanently, all traditions were labeled evil and replaced with saints, fiestas, and foreign values for around 300 plus years. So this rewrote how many people thought lives and saw themselves, creating deep mix of faith and colonial history that still exists today.
That exists. What you say? That exists. What?
That exists up to this day.
Ah. So time is not always linear. You know that, right?
Mhm.
Right. So time. So what I mean by that, I know I'm branching off a little bit, but time doesn't always have to be linear, right? It's chronicalized as to be linear, as far as history is concerned. But when it comes to how we think about it, right? How
Mhm.
we conceive time, it doesn't always come out to be linear, right? So let's switch gears. Let's take a moment, let the audience digest that. Now let's switch gears. Let's talk about the image because the topic is, I want to keep the topic, reintroduce the topic, the deconstruction of faith and religion. Deconstruction of faith and religion. The impact of white Eurocentric Christianity on the black psyche. All right. Who are the indigenous people of the Philippines? What are they called? What do they look like?
Um, we were like brown, closely to black. That's how it looked like.
Let's not use politics to try to I'd rather not be political here. Let's be straightforward, okay? Let's not it
Mhm.
is, for the sake of this interview, for my research, let's not use political terminologies to try to describe this thing. Let's just describe it. If they look black, just say they look black, right? It's okay.
Yeah. Well, we were look beautiful, I believe, because I don't judge the person by its cover. So we were brown, and black. Yeah, it's too dark.
Okay.
Mhm.
How brown? Okay, let's see what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we were brown. Well, brown is I'm brown,
Brown.
but
Mhm.
am I called brown?
Yeah.
No. Am I called brown in the states?
No,
What
no,
am I
no.
called?
You are called black. Yeah.
But what's my color? What's my skin color?
Brown.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's keep it 100.
So
Okay.
yeah, I could say I'm
So
black.
so let's walk this down. All right. Who are the indigenous people? That's the question. Part one of the question is, what are they called?
We were called Itniko in the Philippines. It was indigenous, and the color is black. Mhm.
What were they called? I need all the names.
Um, just Itniko, like
The Itas,
yeah,
the Itas.
yeah, Itniko, Aita in Luzon, Itniko in Mindanao. Because here in the Philippines, we were. That's why the map are there are three stars.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's three star was being placed on the sun because we are, we only experience here sun and a rainy day because we're located in, you know, in the center of the earth. So the three star in the flag is Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. We were called Itniko in Mindanao, like the Luzon, we were called Aita. So those are called to us as an indigenous. And the color of the people, of original Filipino people, by the way, if we were call it up to this day, it's black. Okay.
What type of hair do they have? List all the types of hair.
For before men's also, yeah. The type of hair
Type
is
of hair they
black
have now. Are
right
indigenous
now.
people still here?
Yes, we do.
Do indigenous people still exist?
Those people are still exist, but some few, but they're also quite colonized by the modern industry. But the hair is curly, curly.
Okay, let's get more specific. How curly we talking?
Um, I don't know how it's called, but it's really curly.
Is it like an afro curly, woolly curly?
It's same with the African people.
Ah,
Mhm.
so it's woolly
Yeah,
hair.
it's
Okay,
really.
okay. So
I
there's.
don't know if it's appropriate to say it, but
I
it's
told you we're not doing politics here.
yeah.
Just speak freely,
Okay.
please.
Well, it's like a pubic hair, like the curly and the pubic hair of a human being, and
Of let's what type of human being? What are they called?
I don't know.
Okay, who have afros on top of their head?
um,
List all types of people.
y- I think Africans,
Okay, who else?
Filipino,
Okay, who else?
um, everyone, even the white.
No, the white people don't have afros.
Really?
They don't have white. I've never seen a white person with a natural afro, not without using any chemicals in their hair.
I see. Well, I think all of the Asia I've seen closely different,
Okay,
closely is
so
the same.
we got that the Africans have afros. Okay,
Asian,
So Asians have afros. What about the Australian Aboriginals? They have
yeah, they
afros.
do.
They
Yeah,
okay. They got afros. What about the indigenous people of South Africa? I mean South America.
yeah, they do.
They
I
have
still remember
afros
it.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
and the white people. I mean, not white people, but the black Europeans. Do you know about the indigenous Europeans in Europe? What type of hair do they have?
yeah, same as
They have
yeah,
curly hair. Their hair is more bouncy because they have a lot more white genetics operating, going on in there. But nonetheless, they have that little bounce woolly hair too going on. Now, let's continue. Black Arabs. What type of hair do they have?
curly.
What type of hair do they have?
What was the right term to say?
Afro.
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 Yeah.
Ah. What do the indigenous
They have
Americans have?
Afro.
Afros.
Yeah,
So we
everyone.
see we see a lot of indigenous people with afros.
Yes.
So it's not just an African thing.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's all natural Afro.
So what's the topic? What's the name of the topic of this, excuse me, of the title of this interview that we're having? Your interview, my interview. What's the title? Do you remember the title?